Hello, my name is Eric Williams. I'm a new doctoral student at the American College of Education, and this is a brief presentation of my basic research interests. As a former English and career technical education program teacher and current assistant principal at a new technical high school in Florida, I have thought a lot about how our core academic courses, like English, could adopt a more relevant and engaging curriculum to support students' career interests and goals. Many have claimed that the Common Core state standards prepare students for success in college and careers. However, the career piece of that claim has not been a focus of Common Core implementation thus far. More than a decade later, we're still struggling to make our core academic curriculum more rigorous. We have struggled to effectively implement the Common Core on many fronts. According to the Common Core Standards Initiative, initially endorsed by the National Governors Association and Council of Chief State School Officers, the career readiness requirements are included in the Common Core's anchor standards. However, I found very little evidence on how specific career skills that students need to develop were chosen. Here's an example of a writing anchor standard. Based on my experiences working with a group of ELA teachers using curriculum scope and sequence developed by the district, activities to build these communication skills are almost always linked to classic literature and rarely explicitly connected to skills required in careers. The district's curriculum maps and scope and sequence documents do require students to spend approximately 3 months of their high school experience studying Shakespeare. Please don't get me wrong. I love Shakespeare. I was an undergraduate literature major and I published creative works. However, I often pause and think, how relevant is this emphasis in preparing students to do some of the real-world tasks I have listed here, like writing reports, memos, and proposals, which are skills they will actually need for success in careers and college. As part of my research, I would like to identify common ground between Common Core anchor and well-established industry standards and make a case for revision and increased flexibility in curricula, especially for CTE students. I plan to conduct my research at Wendell Crinn Technical High, which is a new school on an old campus in Newport Richey, Florida, that will serve approximately 600 students from 8 different traditional high schools who applied to attend K-Tech. These students are at risk in terms of their socioeconomic status and proficiency levels on state standardized assessments. They have opportunities to participate in one of 14 different programs, 3 of which will be at K-Tech: Biomed, Cybersecurity, and Robotics, and the other 11 of which are located at Marchman Technical College, a school primarily for adult learners located across the street. There's not a lot of research out there based on my preliminary searches. Gispers provided a definition of career readiness, identified the qualities and attributes of career-ready students, and recommended using a whole school community approach to helping all students become career-ready. Smith and Thayer found multiple barriers to Common Core state standards implementation and recommended that states work to increase local capacity, build will to implement, and engage in information campaigns that promote the Common Core beyond an audience of educators and to the public at large. Rutschty, Jenkins, and Gamba identified critical aspects of Common Core implementation as involving professional staff development, collaborative time with other teachers involving planning time, and input in decision-making. Realizing that tech or vocational schools have historically been places where districts and traditional high schools have sent students who struggle academically, we have been vigilant in setting a new standard by keeping pathways to four-year college and universities in place. In fact, K-Tech will offer more dual enrollment credits in cooperation with our local state college than any other high school in Pasco County. These types of social justice concerns will also be addressed as part of my research. I propose conducting a study involving both quantitative and qualitative methods, including surveys and focus groups, over the course of 2 years, starting in year 2 of K-Tech and during my second year as a doctoral student at the American College of Education. Weekly professional learning community meetings and full-day paid planning sessions at our school will provide perfect forums for this work. Thank you for conducting a peer review of my basic research interests outlined as part of this presentation. I realize that this plan needs significant refinement and will need to be more narrowly tailored to work for a dissertation. In the end, I'm interested in doing something to advance career readiness through core academic courses because of my job responsibilities and because of the gaps in research in this area of concern. Thank you in advance for your comments and suggestions. These are the resources I used to create this presentation.